Good evening, YouTubers. This is the Shot Across Sports Network with the Double A bringing you a show. I've been down for like the last 3.5 to 4 weeks with different things going on. But we're going to bring you a show and we're back on the air. So this is the Double A with the Shot Across Sports Network. We'll get right on into it. So again, Double A, Shot Across Sports Network. We're getting right into it. This is a Tennessee show. We're going to get you up to date as much as we can on Tennessee and what's going on with the football program. Tennessee picked up a total of 21 players in the transfer portal. And they finished, I think, I want to understand, they finished number 24 in the transfer portal. And then for the 2026 cycle in high school recruits, they finished number 9. So a very good recruiting season for the Tennessee Vols. In addition to that, Tennessee still heavily recruiting players as we speak for the 2027 cycle. And so what we get into, we'll probably evaluate what's going on as far as with the 2026 high school cycle, as well as the 2026 portal transfer that Tennessee picked up. So with that said, let's go over here and look at the transfer portal players that Tennessee picked up. And of course, the Xavier Gilliam, 6'3", 300 pounds, out of Penn State. He was a 4-star in the portal. Ori Williams, 3-star in the portal, picked him up out of LSU. Kalen Lee, defensive back. He was a 3-star in the portal, picked him up out of Auburn. Quay Moss, safety, 3-star in the portal, picked him up out of Kansas. Actually, it's Kansas State. And then of course, Amari Campbell. He was a 4-star linebacker out of Penn State. Chaz Coleman was a 5-star defensive end edge rusher out of Penn State. And so we picked him up. And then in addition to that, Cooper Ranvier, good place kicker out of University of Louisville, picked him up in the portal. And then of course Tevis Metcalf picked him up. He's a defensive back out of Michigan. DeJuan Lane, a safety out of Penn State. He was a 4-star, I think, in the portal. And Metcalf, I think, is a 3-star in the portal. Blake Howard, a long snapper. I think he was a 3-star in the portal out of Eastern Kentucky. And he's also a linebacker, too. Javion Gordon was a 3-star running back out of Tulane. Very good running back. I can't understand why he wasn't a 4-star running back. But he's actually a freshman, or is he a redshirt freshman? I don't know. I have to check that. Trent Thomas, a tight end. He was a 3-star out of the portal. Donovan Haslam, offensive guard, interior lineman out of West Virginia. He was a 3-star in the portal. Jordan Norman, another 3-star in the portal out of Tulane. He's an edge rusher and going to be a good player for Tennessee. And then DJ Burks, he was a 3-star out of the portal from Appalachian State as a defensive back. Ryan Staub, a 3-star quarterback out of Colorado in the portal. He's going to be able to add to the quarterback room. Played a little out of Colorado, not much. Isaiah Hodge played a lot. He was a defensive back and a receiver. He's a very good player, and Tennessee is going to be able to use him in several different ways in the kicking game, as well as a defensive back and as a wide receiver. T.J. Metcalf, one of the best safeties in the portal. He was a 4-star in the portal. A 3-star coming out of high school, but his little brother is the guy I mentioned before, Tevis Metcalf. He's going to give Tennessee a lot of depth, and maybe he'll probably come in and be a starter. He's going to fight for a starting position along with the strong safety that we picked up from Penn State. And so one of the things about Jim Knowles' concept, he plays three safeties in his scheme, 2 defensive backs and two corners and 3 safeties. So all these safeties we're picking up, a lot of them are going to come in and be a starter. Drake Martinez, he catches just about everything you throw to him. He's a very good tight end. He's going to be an asset in the tight end room with Ethan Davis. He's a very good pass catcher. And then, of course, Ian Duarte, he's a jack of all trades, or a Swiss Army knife. He's very fast, 5'10", 170 pounds, help you in the kicking game, punting game, and as a slot receiver. And then, of course, Jadis Richard, the last one, he was a defensive back, real good corner for Miami, and he's going to help us. So Tennessee gets a real good grade, in my opinion, for transfer portal. And so I think they may have picked up one more player out of the transfer portal. Just have to go out and check it in the next show that I do. But they did exceptionally well in the transfer portal. And then just looking at on 3, what they did in the I think they finished with the 9th class in the high school recruiting rankings for 2026 cycle. Let me see. This is Rivals.com, so we'll look and see what. I think they finished. So they finished. This is 2026 right now. They 2027. So right now they're in the 27 cycle. But here, I'm gonna show you the 2026 cycle. I think Tennessee finished number 9 in the 2026 cycle. Right now they're number 17 in recruiting. Of course, Vanderbilt. Let's see what Vanderbilt finished 31, and then let's see what Memphis is. Memphis is not in the top 60 with the new coach coming in and everything. But as far as transfer portal, Memphis did real well in the transfer portal, along with Vanderbilt and Tennessee. Vanderbilt actually did better than Tennessee in the transfer portal. So that's the story on the transfer portal. Tennessee has they had the coach, the defensive back coach they got in from Ohio State. I don't have his name right away. He's already taken the job with the Rams out there in Los Angeles. So he's with the Los Angeles Rams, and he's taking that job. And they brought in a guy by the last name of Jones, who was with Jim Knowles at Duke at one time. He's also now the new defensive back coach. And then, of course, also they brought in Owens, the strength and conditioning coach from Indiana. Brought him in, made him the highest paid strength and conditioning coach in the country. Brought him in to take care of Tennessee, to help Tennessee get stronger and bigger. And so, from what I understand, he's doing an excellent job with the team. And we're going to see how that equates or translates to the field. And we'll see that down the road. Of course, the Tennessee is also Darrell Sims, the running back coach. They could lose him to Miami. Miami's out there looking dead. One of their coaches left and went to the NFL, I believe. And so Darrell Sims, the running back coach, Miami is looking at him. And Miami's got big money, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens with that. Joey Aguilar still waiting for a ruling. He had a trial date. I think it was on Friday, and he actually had his day in court. No ruling was made, so we should find out something in the next couple of days whether he's going to be able to come back to Tennessee or not. Trinidad Chambers of Ole Miss was granted a extra year by Mississippi court judge, so he's going to be getting that 6th year with Ole Miss. Hopefully that happens with Aguilar. And then Tennessee picked up a quarterback by the name of Brooks out of Milton, Georgia, and he's going to be part of the 2027 class. 6'2", 225 or 230 pounds. Watched a little bit of him on film. Going to watch him a little bit more so I can get a very good assessment of what type of player he is and how he can help Tennessee down the road. And of course, Josh Heupel can take a quarterback from any style and use him in his system. So we just have to see how that transpires out in the next in the next year or the next cycle or so, and with Brooks coming in, and then of course you got George McIntyre, Staub, and you got the kid out of Carolina coming in. I can't think of his name right away either, but Faison Brandon. And so you're going to have those 3 guys battling for the job. But if Aguilar gets his of the year, then you're going to have all those guys sitting behind Aguilar. And what does that do? Okay, well, you're going to probably have 1 or 2 of those guys transfer out because of this. And hopefully Heupel can keep at least 1 of them from transferring. And then the other things that's talking about with Tennessee, going to show you a little bit about just do a recap on the revenue sharing, and just show you a little bit about detail what's going on with that. Let's see, let me go. But so basically what this is this is the amount of money that's being spent for athletic programs by the top 10 Power 5 schools in the country. And I guess a Power 4 will be Power 5 again once that new league, the Pac-12, is rebuilt for the now. I don't know when it's going to be rebuilt. It may be rebuilt for this year coming up, but it's not going to be the same teams. I think some of the teams are going to stay. Oregon State and I think Washington State are going to stay. And they may try to lure some of these other schools like USC, UCLA back in the fold, or Oregon down the road. But the Pac-12 is on its way back. But just looking at that, you got a number of SEC schools who spend billions of dollars each year for their athletic programs. Tennessee's number 7. Okay, so that's the kind of money that's being spent. Then we go forward here a little bit. So the SEC is kind of behind the power curtain when it comes to money and media deals. Big Ten, $1.2 billion media deals from Fox, CBS, and NBC. Big 12, ESPN and ABC, $710 million. And then the ACC, ESPN, and Fox contract $380 million. Now, the ACC contract runs all the way up to 2031. The Big 12 in ESPN and ABC contract runs up to 2033. And again, of course, the SEC's contract is coming to an end. And we don't know what they have right now for as a media deal. So, because we don't have the 24 and the 25 and 26 year listed here. But of course, Big Ten's contract runs out in 2030. And so that's just a little bit looking at the revenue assessment on some of the things going on with the SEC. Of course, Tennessee's in hot pursuit of some 2027 prospects, looking very hard at a lot of local kids and as well as some kids out there. Still, David Gorgeous is the cream of the crop. He's the guy that they really got to pick up. And they're trying to flip a player that originally signed with Texas Tech. He's a wide receiver. Don't have his name, but I'll have it in the next show. They're trying to flip him out of, he's a 5-star, flip him out of his commitment. And then of course, but they're in hot pursuit of a lot of players, a lot of great players in the state of Tennessee. But David Gabriel Gorgeous is the number one prospect Tennessee is in pursuit of him. He's running back out of Chattanooga Baylor High School, and so they're really hot on that. So let's give you a little update. Tennessee baseball, I think it's 3-0. They're doing real well. Tennessee basketball girls, they got beat pretty bad this past week, and of course they're fading. They were number 19 in the country, so we don't know where they are, where they stand right now, and we just have to see how everything transpires. I think they'll make the tournament, and they'll be in the SEC tournament. We just have to see how they fare down the road. Tennessee basketball, I think they're gonna make the tournament. Are they an elite 8 team? No, I don't think they are, but they could. Teams get hot in the tournament and they can make it. Tennessee lost those 2 close games to Kentucky. Shouldn't have lost neither one of them. Last year they did the same thing. They got beat pretty bad up in Lexington, but they this year's a little different. They beat Kentucky in the SEC tournament last year. Made to the Elite. Do I think they're elite 8 team this year? I don't believe so. Make too many floor errors, too many mistakes handling the ball. They don't have a consistent shooter other than Gillespie. And he's not very consistent, but he can hit threes every once in a while. And then at Native Mint, he's being beaten up by teams to try to stop him from scoring. And he's going to get better. But teams just put a lot of pressure and beat him up, then he won't be able to score. So they need that third scorer to come through for them in order for them to make it to the final 8 in the big tournament coming up. So looking at the transfer portal again, everybody did real well in the state of Tennessee, to include Tennessee. And so let's look at something else. Let's look at we looked at the transfer portal. We looked at just regular recruiting, and let's look at the draft eligible players. So the draft eligible players has not changed much. Still have Aaron Carter on there, but he's coming back. And then of course I have Joey Aguilar on there also. Joey, if he gets that extra year, he won't be on there, so he won't be going to the NFL. If not, he'll be going on to the NFL or going into the draft. But looks like all of these guys are being the combine. Don't know who's been invited to the combine. I'll have that information for you because the combine starts on the 23rd, and I'll have that information for you in the next show, for the next Tennessee show. And then also I'll have some of the information from the combine so I can give you, because of course these guys they're going to get interviewed by all the teams. They're going to get weighed by all the teams. They're going to get medically evaluated by all the teams. They're going to go through a lot of different drills that's basically geared for the positions that they play, and then a full-blown assessment will be made by a lot of your NFL scouts, your media outlets, and so forth. And so we'll see how these guys climb or move out. And what I'm going to show you is my first mock draft, and this is mock draft 1.0. And so let me slow that down. This is moving on me. So right off the bat, Fernando Mendoza, he's going to be the first one. He's unanimously, through all the mocks I've looked at, first overall pick in the draft. And of course Arvell Reese, he's going to the Jets at number 2. Francis Marioga, big offensive tackle out of Miami, got him going number 3 to Arizona. And then of course Ruben Bain, who is the White Freeney clone to me, he's going number 4 to the Titans. Titans not going to let him get past. Now, some of the things I've heard about the Titans, The Titans may look at Arvil Reese, or they could be looking at Carnell Tate if he's available. So we have to just wait and see what happens. Now, if the Jets take Ruben Bain, Ruben Bain's a monster now. If the Jets take Ruben Bain, then you're probably going to see the Titans may move up and may take David Bailey also. But they need a edge rusher, so I'm pretty sure it's going to be either Arvil Reese or Ruben Bain for the Titans. And then, of course, just look at, you can see where they got the first running back, the only running back going in the first round is Jeremiah Love to New Orleans. And, of course, David Bailey to Kansas City, Peter Woods to the Bengals, Mansour Delane, he's the second defensive back, first corner off the board. Caleb Downs the first safety off the board. Going to the Miami Dolphins. Then in the next group, 12 to 22, Sonny Styles, he's a 6'4", 245-pound linebacker, going to the Cowboys. Tennessee's first player drafted is going to be Jamal McCoy. And what's kind of ironic, the defensive back coach that was at Tennessee, he's headed to the Rams. So he could be the coach of these new players that's going out there. So you got Jamal McCoy going number 13 overall to the L.A. Rams. Jordan Tyson, a big wide receiver from Arizona State, going to the Ravens. Keldrick Falk, big defensive man out of Auburn, going to Tampa Bay. Brandon Sissy, defensive back out of South Carolina, going to the Jets. And then you got Caleb Lemieux, big tackle out of Utah, going to the Detroit Lions. Minnesota Vikings, Avion Terrell, 6 foot, 193, another defensive back out of Clemson. Kenya Sadig, a tight end. He's the only tight end going in the first round. 6'3", 255, going to the Carolina Panthers. And then, of course, Dallas comes back again with Akeem Mesidor, who's the running mate of Ruben Bain. 6'3", 281 pounds. Not that much difference in them. Ruben Bain may be a little stronger, and maybe that first step may be a little faster. But both of them are real good players, and they got him going to the Cowboys. The Pittsburgh Steelers, Ty Simpson, quarterback, going to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Then, of course, Caleb Banks, big defensive tackle out of Florida, going to the Los Angeles Chargers. And just looking at Ty Simpson, quite a few mocks don't have him going in the first round. But then it's about 3 or 4 out there that do have him going in the first round. The thing about Ty Simpson, he doesn't make very many mistakes. He knows how to run with the ball when he needs to. He's very accurate. He doesn't throw a lot of interceptions, doesn't turn the ball over much. So I think Pittsburgh may go with him if he's available. And then let's go on over here to the last part of the first round. Caden Proctor, 6'7", 330 out of Alabama, big offensive tackle. And he's going to be well. I think he is a right tackle, though. He's going to play right tackle probably in the NFL. Denzel Boston, very good receiver out of Washington. Going to the Browns. Caden McDonald, defensive tackle out of Ohio State. And looks like he's going to the Bears. And then Kevin Concepcion, wide receiver, who's a speed demon. He can play the Z or the wide receiver spots or the slot receiver. 6 foot, 185 out of Texas A&M. Got him going to Buffalo. Monroe Freeling, another offensive tackle out of Georgia, going to the 49ers. Emmanuel Pregnon, going to the Houston Texans. He's an interior lineman, 6'3", 334 out of Oregon. And then another Tennessee defensive back, Colton Hood, got him going to the Los Angeles Rams also at number 29. And he's 6'1", 195 pounds. Now, this is the thing about it. These guys can either drop down further or move up further. Colton Hood could move up and be right up there with McCoy. in that second group of defensive backs. And then C.J. Allen, linebacker, 6'2", 235 out of Georgia. He's kind of the cream of the crop of the inside linebackers. T.J. Parker, a big edge rusher out of Clemson, going to New England with Mike Vrabel. And then, of course, Josh Simmons, a big offensive tackle out of Ohio State, going to the Seattle Seahawks. And so just looking at it, Ohio State and Ohio State is kind of dominating the draft, so to speak. That's one, two, three, four, 5 players from Ohio State. Kind of dominating the draft this year. And now all these things are going to change when the combine results come back. And so, with that said, I'll have more for you on the next show. But this is the Shallow Cross Sports Network with the AA. We'll see you on the next show.